Hey, what's up everybody? My name is King Z. Welcome back to the Empire. If this is your first time here, welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay. Hope you enjoy the episode, and if you do, make sure to check out the rest of the series and consider subscribing. The last episode we got done with this little tower area. We got a few towers done over by the castle, and we got about halfway done with the pathway over to King's Valley. I want to finish that off probably in between this episode and the next, so I'll probably do a lot of off-camera work with that. We don't have to worry about a crazy long time lapse of me building a pathway anymore. You kind of get the gist of it, I think. But today is episode 18, which means we have today's episode and 2 more episodes to get the castle done in the allotted time that I had given for it. So hopefully we can get that done in the next 3 episodes. Not sure how feasible that is going to be, but I still got a lot of work I want to do to the castle, and we're going to be spending all of our time over here today. So we have some sad news to start this episode though. I lost my trusty steed. I don't know if you guys remember him or not. We didn't really ride him around too much. I had him tied up to this little post here, and he has either despawned or I've misplaced him. I'm pretty sure he was over here. I went back and checked the replay mod to see just when or if he got detached and which direction he might have gone, but I've searched this entire area and I cannot find him. And the replay mod, because I was building the pathway, I kept going further and further out, so these chunks despawned, and I only have him standing here doing this little horsey thing for a while, and then I don't see him anymore. My thinking is that the lead broke, because I still have had these leads break, although Sir Oinksalot is still here, so I guess that's a plus. He didn't get detached from his lead, but I think maybe it detached from there and wandered over here to the campfire. Maybe got burned, maybe touched one of these guys, but it obviously probably suffocated somewhere and died a horrible death. So we'll be building a resting place for our horse, which is pretty sad. That was like the best horse I'm probably ever gonna find. So we're gonna have to eventually do like a horse breeding area where we breed up the best horses possible. So sad times for this episode. All right, so today's agenda, we're gonna be building the main keep of the castle. I want to get that done today, at least the exterior. I want to get everything built out today, so a lot of buildings gonna be done, probably a very big time lapse here today. I've got a bunch of barrels here with a bunch of materials in them for all the building that we're going to be doing today, and a few other things here for some interior work. I don't have the interior fully planned out, but I do have most of the exterior planned out. I have a little bit of something I need to plan out over here, but I'm sure I can figure out what I need to do while I'm building it, or possibly next episode or something like that. It's a very small portion of the keep. If you remember, when we crossed through this doorway here, there's a throne room that we built a couple episodes back. Eventually I kind of pushed it back a little bit, made a little bit of smaller throne room, give us some more space for an interior, and then we had a large mass back here that we're trying to plan out a little bit, trying to get a basic structure of the keep. And we had like a small little courtyard as well that I wasn't really sure how well it was going to work. If we step through here, you'll see all the throne room is gone. I've taken down everything that I had, which to be honest wasn't much. It was just a bunch of building blocks. I've laid out a little bit of a basic plan here, little layouts, but like I said, it's gonna be a very large build, a lot of work to do, probably a huge time lapse. Hopefully it turns out okay, but I've got everything planned out in the creative world. I just took the space, the dimensions of this interior section here from about here to there and started building. And I think I came up with something really great. I'm not sure how well it fits with castle. Being that this is my first castle, I try to do the best I could looking at other castles. And I mean, this isn't like a super traditional castle. And plus I didn't put the towers in when I was building it. So we'll have to do something kind of crazy with the towers probably. Either in this episode if I can get it done, or the next couple episodes. We do have a little bit of time. But before we start building, I want to wish you guys a happy new year, happy holidays. I know it's kind of late for that. I took a couple of weeks off from Minecraft, creating videos, building, all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to relax, do family things, take a break from YouTube for a little bit. But starting 2020, I want to get back into this, and I want to be a little bit more consistent. I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent with YouTube creating. Probably have a little bit of a YouTube goals at the end of this video if you guys want to stick around and see what my goals are for YouTube, for content creation and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of my real life stuff in there as well. I'll toss in there for you guys. We'll be going over to King's Valley to put up a little bit of a wall of goals that I have for this year, for YouTube, for maybe some life stuff as well, courtesy of Whitefire. If you guys haven't checked out Whitefire, I actually play on the Afterlife server with him. He does it every year, and it's been fun to watch his growth and see his goals become a reality. Some he misses, some he doesn't, but it's really cool to see through the years what he's done. And I thought it'd be kind of a cool thing to do in our world as well. So without further ado, let's jump into this massive time lapse. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so hopefully everybody enjoyed that time lapse. Took quite a bit of time, and I didn't really know where I wanted to stop, and I didn't really know how much of the build I wanted to finish, but I just kind of kept going until I felt like I had enough of it done to show you guys, and I think it came out pretty good. We're gonna move up to this tower over here, kind of check it out in all its glory. So I kind of just built up this little facade here, basically. I haven't done any of the interior or the back section, mainly just because I know that time lapse is pretty long. It's almost 6 minutes long, and doing a full interior and another side of this would get kind of hectic, so I figured we'd end it right here, call it good. I gotta do some detail work. I gotta finish up a few things. I also had to adjust a few things. I finished off that portion of the roof, finished capping this section off as well. But you can kind of see what we're going for here, what our castle is going to look like. I still have some work to do in this area, quite a bit actually. You can see off camera I went through here. I'm going to add a little bit of an underpass kind of deal here, a little archway, and there's going to be a little walkway up top here, and there'll be a platform up here which you can kind of peer off over on this side to see the courtyard over here. And then I'm thinking I want to incorporate either a stair system over here or possibly have an entrance through this tower and come in here and have a little walkway spanning this gap, because the last episode we talked about having an entrance into this tower right here. So I need to get a walkway in here to make that actually feasible, and I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go about that. It's probably going to be through that tower. I was thinking maybe this thing, but I would have to get quite a few stairs in here, and there's already a floor right about here. Where's this lead us to? I think it leads us to about perfect. Yeah, we can just add a few stairs right here through this wall to get us up to the level we need to be, which is, I think, yeah, right about here. So that'd be fairly easy, fairly simple, nothing too crazy, nothing too hard. But so far, so good. We'll head to the back section here. I do have to integrate these towers in here. When I was originally building this in the creative world, I outlined where the towers would be on both ends, built this entire structure, and I did not actually build the towers up with the structure. So this one's going to be kind of hard because this side does come over here quite a ways. I think it actually butts right up against this wall here. So it's going to be a little bit harder to incorporate this tower. I'm probably going to have to incorporate it into this section of the build, which is going to be a little bit difficult. Not really sure what I'm going to do there. The rest of the build is going to be fairly easy because it's just I'm mirroring the other side. And this tower is going to be fairly easy because this build ends right about here. There's one more block that comes out, but basically this tower will be pretty free of space. So I mean, this corner right here is about the only spot that might interfere with this, but it should be fairly easy to get that tower in there. Not really worried about that one. The interior is actually fairly intricate, which is another reason I didn't want to incorporate the interior into the time lapse, because it's kind of crazy and I didn't want to take pictures of the interior. I'm probably going to hop back and forth between the creative world and this world and see if I can get that looking pretty much exactly the same. I might tweak a few things here and there because the interior wasn't totally finalized. I was just kind of messing around with it. Still a lot of work to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get going on that, and I'll bring you guys back in for an update as soon as I got something a little bit better for you guys to look at. But so far I actually really like it. I like how it looks from over in this direction. I'll probably pan around with the camera and see how it looks from other directions at the end of the video, but let me get working on the rest of the keep, try to finish things up, and I'll bring you guys back in for the finished product. Well, all right, I think I got the exterior done about as much as I can do without doing the interior. There's a few things that I still need to do on the exterior, but they're going to be kind of dependent on whether or not the interior is going to have some rooms like around here where there could be some windows, over here like an exit or entrance into the keep, and then over here I could add some windows. I did not actually finish this tower though. I finished the other one. It's kind of similar to these towers over here, and it kind of morphs into the wall a little bit. But this tower I want to do something a little bit different. I want to get either a slightly bigger tower or maybe a slightly shorter tower, but I do want to have like a peaked roof or a cone roof. Not really sure what you call it, but I want to do something a little bit different. And then I still have some exterior windows I can add throughout here once we figure out what we're doing with the interior of the castle. You can see down here there's really nothing going on. I got a few rooms. That one's kind of done. This one's kind of done shape-wise as well. There's going to be a staircase right over here leading up to some other spaces up top here. This room over here is probably the most complete as far as like interior walls and the ceiling here. You can see I got the beams going across the ceiling. The stairs add a little bit of depth up there as well. You got some nice decoration on the walls, large windows to let in a lot of light, some of the windows on this side, and a nice little balcony over here to overlook this area, which we still got a lot of work to do for terrain work outside there. Just giving you guys a quick little tour of what I've been doing on the interior here. Another room kind of similar to the one we just left. This is where the staircase is going to lead up to. We got a nice little window here. Gonna have a pathway leading up here. There's going to be more stairs here because there actually is a little bit of space up here to work with. And then the main bedroom area where like the Lord of the King would stay will be up here. So still a lot of work to do on the interior, but the exterior is looking pretty good. And like I said, this is my first castle, so I'm actually pretty proud of how it's coming out. I might want to rework the roof over here possibly, because the way I've been doing some of these roofs, it makes this one look kind of bland, but we'll see what I do with it. I might keep it, I might not. I kind of like how it looks when you're coming in towards the castle. You see this big building, the gatehouse here, and then when you get in here, you get this nice view right here, which looks kind of cool. I did add the crenellations here on the walls. I did add the little walkway going over here. Add a little bit of interior space over here, a few stairs leading up over this way, and then, like I said, I wanted to do a little step up here, so we have a little walkway leading over to this tower, which again is really small space, and I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do over here, but it does work. We do have a path that leads over there now, so you can kind of get to everywhere you want in the castle, and then it also leads out this way to this little walk space up here. I've been doing a little bit of detail work as far as like the courtyard area, trying to make things look a little bit more pretty, but not much. Kind of been busy building the rest of the keep. Like I said though, I do have a bunch of interior work that I need to get done, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, try to finalize some of the interior rooms, shapes and sizes. I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole lot of detail work in this episode for the interior, but I wanna get at least the room layouts done, kind of finalize the interior a little bit. But while I do that, I'm gonna leave you guys with a few cinematic shots that I took of the keep so far. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so before we take a look at the finished castle, I wanted to bring you guys back over here to Kings Valley, because we talked about doing some goal setting in the world, kind of like how Whitefire does. Again, shout out to Whitefire if you guys haven't checked him out. Awesome Minecraft YouTuber, puts out content way more consistently than I do. So if you want to see a good series, go check him out. But we're back over here, and we're going to be setting up our little goal board over here in the secret cave area. I don't really know where I want to place it, as the secret cave is not really finished. I do actually want to move the chicken farm somewhere else, and then I got to tear down the villager breeder, and then I also got to tear down our iron golem farm because it no longer works in 1.14, and I'm eventually going to be moving on to 1.15, but I'm just not sure if I want to let go of the replay mod just yet. So I'm setting up the goal board over here. This is a little temporary spot. Eventually I'll have a spot where I can set up a goal board, hopefully every year for the next couple of years, then we could possibly move them somewhere else, or I can just have an area dedicated to these goal boards. But we're going to call this board 2020 goals, because these are just some goals that I want to hit in the year of 2020. We might hit some, we might not hit others, but it's just some things to shoot for in this year. And the first one's going to be 1,000 subscribers. Now we're about halfway through January. I'm sitting right around 250, just below it. And that's about 6 months into my YouTube career, if you want to call it that. I'm not saying I'm going to hit 1,000 subscribers this year, but it's just a number that I want to shoot for, and something we can hopefully reach by the end of the year. Next goal, 1 video a week. This one's going to have to do with consistency. Now, I'm already failing the 1 video a week thing, mainly just because this castle's been such a pain in the butt to build, but hopefully I can kind of work out a schedule where I can put out at least 1 video a week. I think I'm going to do a little bit more tutorials because they're actually super easy for me to put together. Building in creative versus survival is so much easier, if you guys didn't already know. It's just coming up with some ideas, and I've been trying to build a little bit more in creative to get some other ideas to build things in this world, as well as the tutorial world. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to go check out the How to Build That series on my channel if you want to learn to build some cool things that I've actually built in this world, and then some other things that I'm just taking and making in the creative world and showing you guys how to build there. So 1,000 subs, 1 video a week. And the last one I think is going to help me be more consistent. Build every day. Originally I had this to be a build a day, but a build a day means I have to finish a build that day. And I can do that, and I do have a world where I'm kind of building stuff. If you guys haven't checked out my Twitter or my Instagram, I set up a couple of them. I did, I think, about like 3 or 4 builds. I did them in consistently 4 days in a row until I started the castle project. And I've been building consistently every day. I can say that I've already been building consistently every day, but building consistently every day is going to help me get out the video a week, and it's also going to help me be a little bit more consistent in trying to get better at building and things of that nature. So those are going to be my YouTube goals. A few other goals that I want to do. I want to get back into streaming. Not going to have a definite schedule, not going to be every week. Might do some YouTube streaming possibly, but I'm not totally sure. I really like how Twitch is set up for streaming, and I actually haven't tried YouTube out for streaming, but maybe we can give that a go if there's enough people that want to see me stream on YouTube. But yeah, get back into streaming. We'll see how that goes though. Next one, improve my editing. I want to improve my editing skills. I want to learn some new tricks, some new techniques, and see if I can't master the craft a little bit more of editing, because I do actually find editing pretty fun, to be honest. It's fun to create something like these YouTube videos, and hopefully you guys have been seeing the improvement over these 18 episodes. And I do catch myself getting in a slump every once in a while and kind of just going with the flow instead of trying to improve, but I've been trying to constantly improve, so hopefully you guys have been noticing the improvement. And the last one is going to be a life goal: get back in shape. I have not been in shape for years. For those of you that don't know, I'm a father of 3. I work a full-time job. I try to do Minecraft, YouTube stuff on the side, and I've kind of neglected my body a little bit. Been eating terrible, haven't been exercising as much as I should. The job that I have now that I'm working is pretty physically demanding, so I've been kind of getting in shape doing that, but I need to get back on a better diet. And a little bit of an insight for you guys to get to know me a little bit better is I am a avid basketball player. At least I used to be an avid basketball player. I used to be fairly good. I wasn't like a professional basketball player or anything like that, but I could dunk, I could hit some threes, I had a nice handle, and I was a relatively athletic guy. Not that I'm not an athletic guy, I'm just very out of shape, and I would like to get back to being able to dunk a basketball and play some pickup games without dying in the first 5 minutes. But these are my goals for 2020. They're not all my goals for 2020. These are just the ones that I'm gonna set up here that I really want to hit. So 1,000 subscribers, 1 video a week. I'm gonna try to build every day. I'm gonna try to get back into streaming. That's kind of an iffy one. That's the one that, if anything, I don't hit, it'll probably be the streaming. I'm definitely gonna try to improve my editing. I always try to improve my editing and then get back into basketball shape. So just sharing with you guys my goals. Let me know your goals down in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have set for goals for yourself for the year of 2020, and let's all strive to hit them. Okay, so we're back at the castle. Got the exterior basically fully done. Obviously, I still gotta do some detail work with like some extra windows and stuff like that, but I don't want to finish off that until I get some of the interiors done. I did finish up a lot of the rooms. I'm just gonna kind of stand up here and I'm gonna show you guys some cinematics of the interior and the exterior. So I'm really happy with the way the castle came out so far. You guys definitely let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys are cool with me sneaking in my little 2020 goals in there, and hopefully I can stay consistent with those, achieve some of those goals this year as well. We're gonna stick around here next episode as well. I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of the terraforming around the exterior of the castle and a lot of the detail work around the castle as well. If you remember us back a couple episodes doing the detailing work in the actual interior walls, like the houses inside the interior walls, that's kind of what I want to do to the exterior and the interior of the castle pretty much everywhere. I'm also going to be bringing the forest back in with a lot of custom trees. I kind of want to surround the castle with some trees and get a couple paths going around and have it be a little bit more nice to look at. So next episode will be kind of like the finalizing of the castle, and kind of a spoiler, but not really. I mean, we really need to get to the end. So I think what we'll do next episode, along with all the detail work, I'll probably do a lot of stuff off camera. I'll probably bring you guys in and show you guys what I'm doing a little bit, but I'm going to be preparing for fighting the dragon. We need to fight the end dragon. We need to get to the end. I need some shulker boxes. If I'm going to be doing some major projects like I have planned in the future, if I do any bigger castles in this, I definitely want some shulker boxes. It's a real pain to have to constantly have to move a crap ton of items and blocks and stuff like that for building, and shulker boxes would just make my life a whole lot easier. And also I really want some elytra. I want to be flying around. I want to get to King's Valley and here and our next places fairly quickly without having to use the nether as much, but mainly I just want those shulker boxes, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I appreciate all of you that stuck around to the very end. Remember, if you're brand new or you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the episode, let me know what you think of the series, and I'll see you all next time here on KingZee's Empire.